are now talking to you because we have chosen our build-off winners. Here's two of our judges. We got Rogue and we got Brad. And both of them have helped us with a lot of due diligence in making sure that these contestants have been judged completely fairly, although I can't see the other one. It took a lot of deliberation and lots of thoughts and considerations to what you guys did. And I have to say, for the two contestants that actually posted, it was very, very close. That's right. Only two of you entered. So, by default, all we had to do at this point was choose who was first and who was second. As far as that stuff, that'll be sent to you directly. You'll receive a message from me, and all you will have to do is provide me your information. I'll send that secretly so that you don't have to post it out anywhere and nobody can spam you or do something stupid. Now, as far as what we went through, I had Rogue critique all of your builds.
That's me.
And what I mean by critique is he's been one of my good buddies to sit there and go through all the Minecraft builds. We've been on many, many different servers, and all of which we've always critiqued each other horribly. Him more so than others. Brad has been the
That's me.
newer person to Minecraft and looked at it with a fresh pair of eyes.
Because I can't build
What?
worth the crap.
She did was
Not entirely
Copper
true.
5. Well, she can copy a pattern.
Hey,
But with Brad, she was able to go through and take a look at it with a fresh pair of eyes. Meaning, first time somebody's ever seen it, never built it herself. How did that relate? We have one more judge that was on this. This other judge is unfortunately not available at the moment. But he went through and critiqued your videos. Those videos also were shown to everybody on the judging team, so we can kind of get an idea of what you were looking at. What were you trying to do and everything else, basically following the little recipe. In doing so, all of that was put together, and I'd have to say you guys came very close. Very close.
Very close indeed.
yes, very.
Half a point to be exact. And that half a point determined first place. Now, we'll start here with Tam Kwando's house. And I will tell you, Tamazon has built one nice little house, but we did have a few things to say about it. Mainly because we weren't sure of what was going on. One, we noticed that the zombies despawned and things were just doing weird things in this house.
That's not his fault, though.
No. But we did take into the factor that you did have, in the video, the zombies and the spiders that were supposed to be in the attic. But that wasn't just enough. Rogue, if you would.
Alrighty. I went through, I watched both the video and took it upon myself to take a walk through the building. I will give congratulations. He did an amazing job. It looks very spooky, especially when you have your brightness setting turned down to moody. The main thing was just a few minor errors that I really found with the build itself. There was one window here I noticed. You probably didn't even notice it. It just happens to be between two stair blocks, in which case not finishing the full panel. That was really it structurally wise. And then the attic itself, yes, I understand, had the mobs in it, but it still could have used some form of decoration. That really was the only downside. Inside. Now, if you come outside, now I'm not sure, it just seemed a little odd. I noticed while I was flying around, the corners of the bottom layer of the roof, I guess you could call it, one is complete, two are missing one block, and then one corner is missing 2 blocks.
Now, as far as that goes, we didn't necessarily take that into scoring.
That wasn't really that wasn't detrimental in any way. The only detrimental thing that I actually said for the outside of the building was the fact that you had the two windows on, or the windows on the two faces, which would be the front and the right-hand facing side. But the back side and the other side, the only decoration was vines, and I felt that was a little plain.
Okay. But either way, it was a very well built system.
Yeah, it looked
we
amazing.
we even liked our little guest that happens to be in the back. Not exactly sure if it's a coming or going, but still definitely brought a unique aspect to it.
It was very vibrant compared to the rest of the build.
I personally really like the graveyard. I
Yes,
thought
that was cool.
And then coming over to our other segment, which is D Sub-Zero and or DB0. I do apologize. With the fact that
And
we do,
Hadrimal, I believe.
yeah, with Hadrimal, we did hear the credit in both the video. We do see the credit on the placard, which you've plainly put out here to do, and we appreciate the fact that you did exactly that. You stated right up front, so thank you. Now, as far as the overall build, personally, with myself, I love the fact that you took the time to master the tools that you had and created such a beautiful internal landscape. Even if it's not on Moody like it is right now, or on a non-Moody setting right now, this build is just amazing as far as how the layout was done, the time that it took for you to craft every single portion of this to make it look as if it was a mini cutout of another world. And I'd have to tell you, this is it's
It cut it
wow.
close, yeah.
Just wow.
very intricate.
With that being said, we did use the resource pack. And, I use a different resource pack, so I do apologize if the video doesn't show it. But I will tell you that currently the way that this looks is just phenomenal. Few things on a nitpick from both my side and from Rogue side. For me, I understand, the idea of the glass was to try to give it a smoky look and a little bit of an illusion on there. But at the same time, with that look on there, whether it was one way or the other, it took away from so much time. It took away from some of the build on here. And honestly, there's a couple of other ways to do this, to where you could actually set almost a smoky look
Distance
without
fog
doing
you
that.
probably could do too.
Yeah, you could.
But
There's-
that way it would end up going away the further you got.
Right.
Sorry, not further, the closer you got.
And which would have been a much more spooky element to that aspect. Although I have to tell you, very well done for the aspect. With the glow, it was great. We love the fact that you guys did bring in some pumpkins, but outside of the moody aspect that changed it, and the dark cavern set, there really wasn't much to identify that this was specifically for kind of a Halloween build.
Right.
And that was taken into account. Rogue?
My only critique, probably along the same lines, was the atmospheric effect of the entire build itself. Spot on. Amazing. Loved it. It was spooky in the sense that you were going through with that texture pack, and it looked very well done, very, very well thought out. There was lots of little different innuendos with dead ends and different things leading you off into who knows where, right? So that aspect of it, spot on, grade A, loved it. But for the Halloween aspect, the fact that the only thing that was thrown in that was really Halloween-ish, or sorry, Halloween-esque, I guess you could say, be it the pumpkins and the skulls and stuff like that, that wasn't so much the. It wasn't very Halloweenish, if you wouldn't mind me saying it that way. The building aspect, be it that that was the only building on the plot or the build itself, I felt that the building itself was a little plain. You could have done a lot more with it, be it even visually, to make it look more Halloweenish. So that was really my only critique.
And again, instead of looking at the fact of, we took into the account of the, again, what was the intent, what was the video space and everything else. And with that being said, instead of just dropping the null score on this or saying no score because it didn't follow the same pattern, we went just the opposite of that. And we scored you based on the fact that you did provide the mood. It did a fantastic job. It was a great build. We love how it looked. That being said, total points. Each individual judge put together a set of points, or a point system that they use from 1 to 10. And total points on this, based on that same thing, turned into how we have everything in place. And I myself was probably the harshest of critique and provided no points to any of the two contestants for one reason. We did not need a tie. So, that being said, the three scores that were calculated were based on originality, based on the video, and based on the build. So, that being said, our winners are Tam Kwando is first place, and Zero the Scotsman is second. But again, only by 0.5 points. Very, very little. So, thanks again, and we will definitely let you guys know and hit you up soon. Thanks.
See ya.
Bye.